Welcome back to the Swang Low Podcast Show. It is yours truly, Dude Rod Creek. What's happening with all my people out there today? Man, hey, I hope everybody is out there enjoying their Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And it's an absolute blessing to wake up to another beautiful day. You know what I'm saying? All y'all should look at it like that too. You know what I'm saying? But look, I don't want to hold y'all. We're not going to be here long today. I just wanted to step out there, with a few thoughts, you know what I'm saying, and bring it to the round table to my people, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all always contribute something good to what I always bring to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I always look forward to the responses. So y'all can go ahead and bang the chat up, you know what I'm saying, while we still here, while we doing what we doing and talking about what we talking about. But let me say this. I appreciate everybody that subscribed to the channel, you know what I mean, that made Swanglow their permanent home. You know what I mean? Thank you all for joining us. And to all the new viewers, man, it don't cost you nothing. You know what I'm saying? To like, comment, and subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep is all for free. You know what I'm saying? It costs you nothing. All you got to do, take a little extra couple of seconds to hit them buttons, to hit the like button, hit the comment button if you want to drop a comment, and hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit that bell button. All that shit is lined up right next to each other. You know what I'm saying? You can't miss it, but you hit that bell button, you will be the first, to step to this round table, when we do these lives, or I have a reaction to something that I've seen crazy on the internet. You know what I'm saying? But again, thank you all and many blessings to you all. But look, man, I quite often, go to YouTube. Like I've said before, I watch a lot of different YouTube channels. You know what I'm saying? I check out a lot of different content creators, real content creators, and I love and appreciate what everybody has to bring to the game. You feel me? All the ones that's really, really that's trying and putting that extra effort behind what they're putting out into the atmosphere. I appreciate that. I appreciate what y'all bringing to the game because even myself is looking at that and I'm learning something from it. You know what I mean? You got to appreciate anything that you can learn from. You feel me? You got to also be aware of the ones that's just out for self, fake propaganda. You cannot look. Just how about this, for instance? Listen to some of these dudes talk because they're always going to tell you who they really are. They can mask who they are all they want. They can attempt and try. But to anybody that's paying attention and has a good eye for bullshit, you're going to be able to see right through it. They are out for self, a lot of these dudes, man. And in their conversation, when they jump in front of the camera, you're going to hear me, I, me more than anything else. That's them telling on themselves. They are telling on themselves. If they've contributed nothing to you and put you first, the viewers, the people that actually take the time out to come and build these YouTube channels up, why are you continuing to show up for them? I understand there's people in the world that really gravitate to a lot of fake shit. You know what I'm saying? People love Hollywood, the big Hollywood story. You know what I'm saying? But once you leave Hollywood, it's a whole nother world outside of Hollywood, reality. And that's what these people, not all, but some, please do not get confused what I am saying. You know what I mean? I do not take shots at any fellow YouTubers that I know that's contributing something of essence and substance to the game. You feel me? Especially those of us those actually trying to contribute something righteous to the people that got to take that torch and carry it after our time is up. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You can't all of a sudden have this epiphany, change of heart, you know what I'm saying, going from all this hardcore extra out shit to, claiming to be of the people. You cannot be of the people, man, and you're not with the people. You understand? Like it's simple science. It really is. If you pay attention to it, it's simple science. If it's always I, me, go check a lot of these people's pedigree. And if you hear and me, in a lot of what they're calling content, then those are the ones that you need to avoid because they're telling you exactly what their agenda is. It's all about them. It's not about you and it's not about helping you. You feel me? And again, I don't knock anybody that's out trying to hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's out actually trying to do some legitimate shit. You feel me? But it's kind of like the Milli Vanilli effect, right? When it comes to some of these podcasters. And again, it ain't all podcasters, it's just a chosen few. You feel me? It's a chosen few of them. It's the Milli Vanilli effect. And what I mean by that is they're lip singing. It's not actually them. They're faking the funk to get ahead of the game. And hey, to each his own. If that's what y'all into, to each his own. Again, the Hollywood effect is a motherfucker. But it's a whole big old world as soon as you exit out of Hollywood. That's called reality. You know what I'm saying? You jump on YouTube to be entertained by nonsense, fabricated, made up war stories, right? With nobody to vouch any of this stuff to be true or false. You feel me? I can't express that enough. Like, if there's no recorded record of any of these things, then it really shouldn't be taken to heart. And again, it's a lot of the younger generation that's looking at this stuff and taking it all in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's Bible scripture, and it's not. It's not. Y'all have to be smart and savvy enough to be able to understand that. Again, if it's me, then I'm telling you what my agenda is, right? That is all about me. It's not about you. I don't care about you. I don't care about the youth. I don't care about the elders. You know what I mean? It's just all about me. Building my establishment, getting you to buy the BS that I'm putting out there. The Milli Vanilli effect. It's not for real. It's a whole bunch of propaganda and pump faking. I find it amazing that, you know, people are extremely bold in this day and age with that shit. But then again, as it will have society to believe in this day and age today, it's okay to be a snitch. It's okay to be sprung out on all kind of different drugs. They get a pass for that shit, right? Because everybody's doing it, right? No, everybody not. No, everybody not. Everybody is not sprung out on drugs. Everybody is not telling. You still have people that stand on some shit, that really stand for righteousness when it comes to that. I could care less about what the next man indulging in. The only time when it becomes, you know, to me, where I'm expressing myself about it, right, is when it's being fed to the masses. You feel me? And I have people coming to me, questioning me about what other people are saying and doing. Like, is this for real? Is this true? What this person is putting into the atmosphere? And I have to always correct this shit. Always. Y'all paying attention to the wrong shit. You feel me? Y'all paying attention to the wrong thing, man. And maybe it's more relaxing to a lot of you dudes' minds. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot because again, it's not a lot of people that consume or is into consuming some Milli Vanilli. And to the younger viewers, if y'all don't know who Milli Vanilli is, Milli Vanilli was a two-man singing duo that made it into the industry by mimicking. Well, I'm not even gonna say mimicking. They was playing other people's music with their voice, with other people's voices, and lip singing to it, like they was the ones that was actually singing the song, and they wasn't. You feel me? They made a couple of national hits, and then they got fully exposed during one of their shows where they was lip singing a song that wasn't even their voice. It wasn't their song. It wasn't their voice. It wasn't none of that. They was just real good lip singers. And that's how some of these podcasters are in what they call in content and what they are putting into the world, into for the masses to hear and take in and consume. All these young people, all these young minds that don't know no better. And it's messed up that you have these type of people that have the power of influence over real dudes that's actually in their community, shoulder to shoulder with the young and the old. How can you be without the elders? How can you not have the founding fathers around you standing side by side with you, shoulder to shoulder with you, in support of what you're doing, if what you're talking is real? How could you not? If what you're talking is real, why these dudes are not standing shoulder and shoulder with you in support of what you're doing? And you only have a selective few young minds that don't know no better, that actually bit into your bullshit and is egging you on to continue. But see, that's also a person that's never had nothing, a person that has never accomplished anything in their entire life. Y'all ever seen that movie Trading Places with Eddie Murphy? If you haven't seen that movie Trading Places with Eddie Murphy, I suggest y'all go check it out. It's an older movie, but it has a whole bunch of relevance to what I'm talking about, because in that movie depicts Eddie Murphy as a bum on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Going around trying to play people out of quarters and a dollar here and there. A straight bum, right? And you have these white people, rich, extremely rich, who just so happen to be walking down the street and see him trying to scam people out a couple of quarters. And they find it interesting. They bet each other. They look and they like, hey, I bet you I can take him right off the streets, replace him or replace one of our workers, a well-established rich worker, with this guy, make them trade places. So Eddie Murphy go from being the bum nobody nigga that was begging for quarters on the street, a bum, to a millionaire, and that millionaire goes to Eddie Murphy's place as the bum. Eddie Murphy get in this position and it blows his mind that what he got, the attention and all the power and fame that came with that, it blew it. His head was all over the place. Eventually, within that movie, you know what I'm saying, of him being in that position, he learned and he ended up turning the game. But come on, man. The moral of the story is this: take these dudes, some of them, give them a little bit of attention, and oh my God, the monster starts. Again, this is a person or people that had nothing ever, probably went up to bat a million times and always got struck out. And if you didn't get struck out, you hit the ball and didn't even make it on first base. You feel me? But you end up getting a little attention. Now you start to exploit what your true agenda really is, which is you. It's about me because I've never had this before. And ain't no way in hell I'm trying to lose it. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna milli vanilli my way into any and everybody's household that I possibly can and sell this fake shit, sell as much of this fake shit as I possibly can until you truly get exposed for what you really are. But see, the exposure is already there. These people tell you this each and every time they jump in front of their camera and call themselves delivering content. That word, I just love it when it comes to some of this stuff that I see on the internet that people are putting out there as content. You can have a motherfucker jump on YouTube and go over a cold case, unsolved murder in its entirety, plot out who they believe unalive somebody, what position each and every player played, name them, and put it out for y'all to consume, the viewers, including myself, and call it content. No, that's not content. That's snitching. That's telling. You're telling. You're snitching. I said this on the last show. Why are you detailing out unsolved homicides in other people's neighborhoods and not in your own? If that's what you're going to do. So it's okay for you to jump on YouTube and detail out um, who did what in this unsolved murder and call it content, and nothing happens. Look at No Jumper, the biggest breeding home for snitches, SNYs, that I've ever seen. They will accept any rat happily because they think they got a story to tell, in which they do. They got something to tell, all right. You know how many motherfuckers they done got arrested and charged on shit that had nothing to do with a fucking podcast show. But as soon as these dudes open the doors up for these motherfuckers, and again, I can't just blame the no jumpers. I got to blame you hungry, thirsty ass niggas that want the stardom and fame so much when you sell your fucking soul and get on one of the motherfuckers and just do it just a little bit too much talking. And guess what? The RICO Act. Oh, we got our number one suspect in this unsolved homicide. Thanks to you. What make y'all think that these police is not sitting back watching these fucking podcast shows religiously? They have people assigned to this shit day in and day out. So as soon as you dumb motherfuckers want to jump on and air out your hood business, air out other niggas' hoods business, detail out all these unsolved crimes, as profound as homicide, bro. Do y'all not understand what that entails once you're arrested for a homicide? That means once you're arrested for a homicide, depending on how much evidence they got against you, you are done. You are done, or any crime. Any crime. I've seen niggas jump on boldly and say how many people they've killed. Oh, you know, I killed this person. I did this. I really? Is that so? I got a couple of unsolved ones that you can admit to. And it ain't just from where I'm from, it's all over. If you dumb enough to jump out there and tell people just to build up your image and convince people that you a real nigga by lying, jumping on YouTube, seeing all the people that you gunned down and all this heroic stuff. Come on, man. Y'all can't be stupid and naive to what these people was putting out there. And especially if they doing it from geographically, a whole different atmosphere, a whole different like. Are these dudes is trying to solve these crimes? Why they not doing it amongst their homies? That has to be the question. I'll challenge a whole bunch of you to, oh, well, yeah, this what they're going to say. Oh, I'm an OG now and I grew up out of that. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. But if you such an OG, if you so loved and respected within your community, why you won't go to your community amongst these OGs and young niggas and film your show there? But yet you would jump on YouTube and speak on a lot of this shit though, right? Gang shit, telling all these heroic war stories and shit. You're doing it from afar, but you can't do it amongst your own community. That's what y'all got to question. If you're not questioning that, there's something wrong with you. Period. Is there something wrong with me for recognizing that, understanding it, and highlighting it out as much as motherfuckers highlight out their heroic war stories? Please bang the chat. Bang the chat and let us know. I just look at it like this: like if you've been through some shit and you really been through some shit, okay, tell your tale, right? But have receipts for it. Have receipts for it because the real ones is gonna question that shit. Especially if you a person that's been around and people know you. Like I've been around a long time. There's a lot of people that know me from everywhere, from all kind of different hoods, Crips and Bloods, non-affiliates. Shit, I even know real Africans from Africa that really came to California to the United States and got twisted and ended up in the system. Real Jamaican niggas. You know what I'm saying? So my name is a name that you can't bypass, especially if you call yourself being in the gang world. It's no way, especially if you've been anywhere within the system. You know what I mean? Like my name, you just can't bypass it. So what I put out there, good or bad, I can get it vouched for. I have receipts. I've told stories. You know what I'm saying? And I have a million more other stories, a million real shit that can actually be vouched for. But when I bring that shit to y'all, it's gonna be in a teaching moment to persuade you away from the gang shit, the prison shit, the jail shit, because there's nothing fun or cool about it. What's cool about being locked up and thrust in a small little bitty space with other men? Hey, if that's what you into, I'm not judging. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm not into that. So I would never persuade you into going that route and having you think that any of the shit that I bring to you is cool because it ain't. My philosophy is if y'all ever seen that documentary, it's called Scared Straight. If you haven't seen Scared Straight before, man, go tap into Scared Straight, man. You know what I'm saying? They did some real good work. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I don't believe they do things like that no more, where they would take a whole bunch of young youth out of the community, the worst of the worst. Let me tell y'all this story real quick. Now that I brought that up, I remember being in juvenile camp, and I was in Camp Gonzales, right, locked up. This is a juvenile camp, right? That's the last stop you go to before you hit the youth authority. Okay, so bam, I remember being in there. I remember fighting all the time. Had a million fights in Camp Gonzales, right? Messing up. I was a known screw up. You feel me? But the guy that ran that camp just so happened to have been from the city that I'm from, Monrovia, California, right? I'll never forget this white dude. Never. He knew I was a screw up, right? So every time I got rolled up for something, I got to go sit in front of him and he's gonna, you know what I'm saying, hammer me down. Bam. Then as time went on, the messing up slowed down. So he made it possible for my moms to be able to come up to that camp and visit me. He made it possible for that to happen. So that inspired me even more to slow down on the messing up. Then I remember him coming to me one day like, hey, he said, I need you to do me a favor. I said, all right, what's that? He said, well, we got this program that we are partnering with where they had this group that goes around to different communities throughout the Los Angeles area or LA County area, and they get the worst of the worst kids that's messing up, but they see that these kids have potential, you know, to do better. They just need somebody that's from their community to talk to them and persuade them away from coming here where you at. I'm like, oh, I said, okay. So he was like, but we have a group that's coming in that I think you're gonna find interesting. I said, yeah. He said, yeah. I said, why is that? He said, because one of the kids is your little brother. So I'm like, I had got the coldest feeling over me, right? Shout out to my little brother Rico. Shout out to my little brother Rico. You feel me? But I remember having this feeling like my brother, he part of this program. He out there messing up like that. Like what's you know? So bam, he like, yeah, well, he's coming in with these other kids, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we want y'all to scare them. We want y'all to put it to them, man, so that they don't see, you know, because you hear that it's cool. So I was like, all right. So basically, it was like a scare straight thing. They bring them in, we scare them. Now, at this time, these kids is like 12, maybe 13, probably some couple younger than that. My little brother was probably at that time like 12, probably 11 or 12. You know what I'm saying? But I remember him being in there and because they had picked me, they had picked one of the homies from Main Street, and I believe they had picked Dulo from Broadway, from Father's Broadway, right? So I remember my brother like, because they was on him. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't show no favoritism to my brother because I didn't want him. It was already fucking me up that he was part of this group that they had brought in. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want him thinking like I'm going like, nah, nigga. Like it was tripping me out that he was there. And not just there, but like they let them in the actual camp. So we got to walk them all around that camp to the whole, you know what I'm saying, to our living quarters, where we went to school at, where we worked, walked them all around that camp, right? Camp Gonzalez is out by Malibu College. It's right. I mean, excuse me, Pepperdine College is right next to Pepperdine College. So if y'all ever been out to Malibu, then you know about Camp Gonzalez. It's right next to Pepperdine College. So anyway, yeah, man. So my little brother, the whole time, he looking at me like, damn, nigga, you gonna let these dudes talk to me like this? You gonna let this go down? And you know what I'm saying? So while they getting on him, I'm getting on the other kids. You know what I'm saying? So thankfully, I don't know if that helped him. You know what I'm saying? But thankfully, my little brother ain't never had to go through no prison system. None of them have. You know what I'm saying? That's really the type of shit that niggas is supposed to be on, trying to help yours, lead them away from the shit. Now speak on it as if it's cool and glamorous, and you trying to pump your image up. You know what I'm saying, and make yourself seem more G'er to these young niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because you still trying to hold on to yesteryear, which your yesteryear really wasn't about shit. Because any old nigga that's of age, you know what I'm saying, that's still trying to prove themselves, still trying to prove yourself to who? To the young ones? Half of these kids is younger than some of the kids that these niggas got. And that's who you still trying to prove yourself to. Lying and putting everything on the dead homies. Nigga that's in my age bracket, again, I will say it again, that's putting shit on the dead homies. Blatant lies and shit. Fluff. I call it fluff. You fluffing your image up, personal gain, fluffing it up. And that's messed up. Excuse me for cutting this camera. And again, man, we're gonna cut this kind of short, but I'm gonna finish detailing what I'm telling y'all. Bang the chat up, man. Bang the chat up. Tell me what y'all think so far. Feel me? Everybody has a voice here at the Swang Low podcast. Feel me? So I appreciate everybody's participation in the conversation. Whatever y'all have to add to this, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely appreciated. Y'all know that. You feel me? Especially all the regulars at the round table. Y'all know how much we appreciate participation here from everybody. Yeah, man. But hold up, y'all. How did that change? What did I do? Messing up, huh? My bad, y'all. But look, when you really care about your community, the people that come up under you, then you're going to get active and you're not going to hear in the conversation, I, me. You feel me? That's not going to happen. They're supposed to place you at the forefront and not just with words, with actions. You know what I'm saying? Every able body, every abled body, meaning each individual man and woman, has the ability to go out and get active within their community. Start with your family members, because if you got young ones, young sons and daughters and shit, you know what I'm saying, that is, in the age range of taking in certain things, and and if you know that they are influenced by certain people and you know better, then why not get in their ear and tell them, like, nah, hey, let me try to advise you on something. You got to throw out factors. Nothing made up. We don't make up things on nobody. No. You know what I'm saying? And like I've said before, I'll say it again. If somebody show you who they are, believe them for who they are presenting themselves to be to you. Period. Do not be fooled by the fluff. You feel me? Don't be fooled by it. If we are telling you this, myself, then it has validity to it. You feel me? And I tell y'all because I care. This ain't just for young people. This is for the elders too. Because some of y'all is confused. Not all, but some. It's confused by, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these bullshit dudes that is developing a voice now. Gang banging on social media, on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an elder, you got to be the biggest idiot. You got to be. Or maybe that's strategic and you trying to get some people locked up on the RICO Act. You feel me? And You got some dudes that's working for them people, been working for them. It only take one time for me to see a nigga have any snitch type qualities. Whether you telling on him, on her, yourself, you know what I'm saying? It take one time. It take one time only. I don't need no more convincing about who you are. You can't present that to me and then turn around and be like, oh, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. What I really meant is, nah, nigga, no, 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 no. I'm taking it in for exactly what you telling me you are, since it's all about you. 95% of a man's content is me, 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 I. I did this. I have this. I had that. I made this happen. Me. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we promoting? Selfishness. Selfishness and greed. Personal gain. But no, you probably thinking, no, this person can help me get further in my career. Right? I noticed a lot of dudes, man, or on social media that tiptoe around certain shit, around certain people because they think that some certain people can further their career, or you know what I'm saying. I don't look at it as biting the hand to nut. Hey man, I'm not looking for a crutch or an extra bump in the line. I ain't looking for none of that. You feel me? I'm gonna get in the field and get it and create. I'm not kissing nobody ass for nothing. Nothing. I've talked about Adam 22 and No Jumper like dogs. Do you seriously believe that I would turn around and go on that show? Because it is a big platform, probably the second biggest hip hop related platform in the world. But I wouldn't give a fuck about none of that. Do I have any plans on ever running into this dude sitting across from me or any of that shit? Hell no. So why would I care? Why would I care? There's other platforms and I'm patient. If I don't happen to make it to a bigger platform, then hey, I'm cool with that. It's kind of like niggas that try out for the NBA, playing ball. They've been playing ball all their life. But a good 85% of you niggas just not gonna make it to the league. That's just the way that it is. And that's just the way of life. See, when you cool with what you built, what you started from scratch on your own, the food tastes so much better when you sit down at the table to eat it because it's yours. You cooked it, you earned it. Then nobody else cook it for you and invite you to their table. And that's the problem. Niggas is always waiting on that invite. Feel me? Then when you get that invite, you make it onto the platform of a no jumper, and you get your booty played with by Adam 22. Yes, he's gonna play with your booty. He's gonna stick his finger right up in there. He's gonna play with it because that's what he's into. That's how he treat people that want to get on that show real bad. He understands he has a big platform and that people want to sell their soul to get on there. And his thing is, well, how much of your soul are you willing to sell? Let's start with the booty. Hey, I'm just being truthful. I'm just being truthful. It's my belief on the man. I've seen him do it multiple times. You feel me? Ruger wasn't going for it though. FBG Ruger wasn't going for it, not at all. It's FBG. Well, I'm just gonna say Ruger, right? But he wasn't going for it, not at all. A nigga from Chicago had to travel way out here. He played it down like he was supposed to. Got in that motherfucker and acted a fool like he was supposed to. Went there ready to get cracking. Why? Because he stand on what he stand on. Not letting the nigga play with him, let alone with his booty. But here it is, you have other people that tiptoe around that show, Adam 22, because they feel like he can further their career. I'm not taking no shots at nobody or nothing like that. But I'm calling a baller, strike a strike from multiple people that I've seen go on that platform. You feel me? And it is a big platform. I give it that. I give it that. Compromising one's soul? Nah, mm-mm, never, not in a million years. Bang the chat up, man. Let me know how y'all feel about, the gangbangers that's gangbanging on YouTube that chooses platforms like No Jumper to, go on and air out all they hood business, and really they creating their own channels doing this shit now, hoping to get on a show like No Jumper. Sellouts, straight sellouts. But hey, to each his own. What you eat don't make me poop, thankfully. But what I will continue to do is speak on this type of thing. Why? Because I don't respect it. I don't respect any fake dude that's out for personal gain by creating false narratives, to get ahead. Period. You feel me? But look, I've held y'all up long enough, man. You know what I'm saying? This is just stuff that I think about every time I cut YouTube on and I'm scrolling and I come across somebody that isn't right. Or I see them reporting on some stuff that isn't right. Solving crimes on YouTube, cold cases, speaking on shit, naming people in these cold cases. That's nasty work. And it's happening at an all-time rate on YouTube now. At an all-time rate. These people is trying to get them some people convicted. And let me say this real quick because I seen something interesting, right? I'm gonna name this person. Shout out to Compton Rick Rock. If y'all, you know, be on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? He's a popular YouTuber, Compton Rick Rock. You know what I'm saying? I typically watch a lot of his content because he has some real interesting points of views on things, right? But one thing that he said that kind of had me like, is he said everybody in prison is telling, and his exact thing was he said niggas in prison got phones, you know what I'm saying, and them niggas is is trying to get out of prison. They might have life sentences that they trying to get out of prison under. You know what I'm saying? And they got phones now, so they can call around and they can find out different information from different people, and then take it back to the police to try to get released. Right? He said niggas in prison is doing this. He didn't say on the S&Y yards. He spoke in general, right? So my question to Compton Rick Rock is, so you saying even including your homies is snitching too, trying to get out of prison? Because you didn't say you was talking about the people that's on S&Y. You feel me? And I'm not saying that that type of stuff doesn't happen, but to put that on the entire population, that's nasty work. That's nasty work. When in all actuality, it is people that's on the streets that's accepting of all kind of rats. And this is happening in every community, not just in mine, not just in yours, Compton Rick Rock, but in every community. It's a lot of rat infestation going on. And people is accepting of this shit. Because 9 times out of 10, motherfuckers know if they expose these rats, you're gonna have to be the one to do something to them. So instead of taking that chance on risking your freedom by doing something to a rat, you turn a blind eye and keep it moving, knowing good and goddamn well the rats is back and they not going nowhere. Why they not going nowhere? Because there's no threat to them. But here it is, you would have this guy say that everybody in prison that have phones, that have contact with their homies, is collecting information and telling to get out of prison. So you might want to go back and rethink what you said, Compton Rick Rock, because I fuck with your channel. I do. I like how you set up your camera and you film from different locations outside your hood. You getting out and about and still have attachments to where you from, taking nothing away from you. But to say that the entire population is telling to get out of prison, that's nasty work, bro. Very nasty. You feel me? And I just had to call you on that because I fuck with your channel. I really do. You feel me? But look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to a close. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody stepping back to this round table. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate everybody that jumped in the chat. You know what I mean? That had any and everything to say about the things that I brought to the round table today. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, participation is everything. Those of y'all that participated in this conversation, I appreciate you. Y'all the ones that add the substance to the substance that's being brought. Real content where we're not over here solving crimes. We're not trying to get nobody convicted and put in jail. We're not trying to lead nobody down the wrong path. The path that we've been on, the mass majority of our life that led us to no motherfucking where, but in a jail cell and in a casket. Nah, I care more about where I come from, my younger family members, and my younger homies that's in the community. Be smarter, y'all. Be smarter. Think about what you're taking in. Be smarter. That's the only thing that I can ask y'all, man. You feel me? But look, taking up enough of y'all time. You know what I'm saying? I love and appreciate everybody that stepped back to this round table. You know what I mean? If y'all out and about out there, please be safe. You know what I'm saying? Be vigilant. Watch everything that's going on. Because you got some hateful people out there. You know what I'm saying? And let the people that's in your life know that you love them and appreciate them and care for them. Because I'm getting tired of going to sleep, waking up, and finding out another loved one is not here. And we didn't get that opportunity to tell them when they was amongst us. We got to change that shit. You know what I'm saying? It starts in your household. Feel me? On that note, hey man, y'all take care, love each other, be a blessing to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And till the next time we step back to this round table, I love y'all, man. Triple gang.